Kenny Davis. I am going to teach you some pedal steel licks for the guitar today. I use a Fender Telecaster. It seems to be the instrument of choice for most country guitarists. And my particular model is called a Nashville Tele, which means it has these 3 pickups instead of just 2. It gets some nice sounds though. I'm going to start with a lick that was taught to me by my old friend Arlen Roth. Probably one of the better guitarists of this type who's ever lived. We're going to start with a C chord. Beginnings of a C chord anyway. Starting with the G note, which is on the A string at the 10th fret. One string below that towards the floor is a C note on the D string, 10th fret. I'm going to put this is my ring finger on the G, my pinky on the C. I'm going to put my index finger here on a D note, which is the G string at the 7th fret, and bend it up to an E note, which is going to create a C major chord. I also use a volume pedal, a digital delay, and a compressor, which most steel players use. It makes it sound closer to a steel. So I'm going to give this a try right now. And when you let all these notes ring at the same time, it does sound like an imitation steel guitar. You can get away with this. Say if you're in a band, you're practicing, and you just can't afford to have a steel player come in and bring that whole big rig. You can get away with this on some songs where you have a steel to make it sound kind of like a steel. So let's try this again. This is that C chord. I'm also going to play C. I'm going up to another C chord here, which is on the 12th fret. My middle finger's on the G string. My ring finger's on the high E string. I'm going to play them both at the same time using the volume pedal, and then I'm going to bend them up both at the same time, and you see the effect. And I play just a simple C chord with C note with my pinky there, so we wind up with right there is really simple. Take my index finger, put it on the C note, 10th fret D string, index finger on the E, and I bend it up to an F. Then I go to another form of the C chord, which is a high E note, which is the 14th fret D string, G string on the 12th fret, I'm taking a C chord, the C and the E notes from a C chord at the 12th and 13th fret. The C note is the 13th fret on the B string, the E note is the 12th fret on the E string. Go up here to a little D minor passing chord. Then I'm back at an E chord, at a C chord rather, which is the, 17th fret. The E note on the B string at the 17th fret, the G note on the E string at the 15th fret. Here's another little lick I learned from Arlen way back, and this is moving up to a C chord. I start out with my ring finger on the 8th fret, the high E string. I start out with my index finger on the 7th fret and my middle finger on the 8th fret. 7th fret B string, 8th fret G string. Start out with this C note, and then I double bend both of these strings up to form a C chord. This is really good in train songs. Sounds kind of like a train. If you do it in E, good for a song like, say, Orange Blossom Special. So you have to be real careful to get these bends right. It takes a long time, takes a lot of practice. Half note, full note bend, and I gotta say it's done mostly by ear. I couldn't do it if I couldn't hear it. It would be very hard to do. Pedal steel players have the luxury of having a pedal that automatically bends up a half step or a whole step. We don't have that luxury on regular guitars. Some guitars have what's called a B-bender or multiple benders, so you automatically pull down, it goes up a whole step or a half step, but until you get that kind of guitar, this kind of stuff will have to do. So that's my first lesson. I hope you enjoyed it.